Hey guys, welcome to this very, very real travelling with a baby and a toddler long haul. We are currently at Adelaide Airport. We're about to fly to Doha and then to the UK. And I'm taking you guys with us on this journey with my 1-year-old and my 3-year-old. We actually just borrowed this stroller. They gave it to us when we were checking in because they could see we're struggling. So they were like, would you guys like a stroller? So we're like, yes please. We have 3 lots of luggage here and a baby bag. It's currently 8:40. We board in about an hour. We'll probably be boarding beforehand. That's my husband Tom, just in case you are new to the channel. And also my name is Charlie, this is little Tilly, and that is little Lexi. So yeah, we're literally about to board pretty soon. They board the families first, which is good, so you get a chance to kind of get in and get organised and stuff. Actually, I'm just going to quickly run to the loo. I'm going to run to the loo and then... under control? Yeah, hopefully the kidlets are under control. Oh goodness me, here we go. This first flight is 14 hours. Wish us luck. Let's see, what are you doing, sweetheart? Get on the big aeroplane, Lexi. Come on, keep going, sweetheart. That is true.
Hey, welcome on board. How are you, ma'am?
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome on board. All gonna be from this way.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much.
My friend, this way.
Lexi! Lexi, this way, sweetheart.
Wait for the people.
Hi, cutie. Come on, she's lost. I know, that would be lovely to sit there, but we're not sitting there, Lexi. Come on, sweetheart. Oh, dear. One day. 16. We're here. Oh, we're here. Great. Now, there's definitely advantages and disadvantages to booking these bulkhead seats because, yeah, you have lots of extra legroom, which is really great when you're basically constantly getting up and kind of maneuvering around with a toddler and a baby. However, it does mean you don't have space to put things in under the seat in front of you, so you don't have things like accessible really easily. You only have a very, very small kind of pocket at the front where you can just drop a few bits and bobs like a water bottle and maybe some wipes. You don't really have, as you can see here, there's not a lot of space. When you're flying with a baby, you get given an infant seatbelt that just basically attaches to your seatbelt, so the baby will sit on you. And quite often the airlines will give you like little thing, like a little toy for the kid to play with. Like here they gave Lexi a little activity pack, which was quite fun, and a little toy for Tilly as well, which definitely kept her entertained. So since Lexi was 3, she had her own seat. I think it's if the child's 2 or under, they can be a lap child. So you're basically only paying, I think it's 10% of the flight, and they don't have their own seat. So Tilly didn't have a seat, but obviously Lexi did. When you are traveling with small children, you get the option to board first, but I have heard of people not wanting to do that because, you know, minimize the amount of time that you're on the plane. So you do have that option, but you don't have to. We personally like to. I like to just get on board, get completely organised, you know, get sorted without like loads of people around you, like faffing about with their bags as well. So that's what works for our family. But also, if you're on the plane for 14 hours, maybe you don't want that extra like 45 minutes of being on there. So you could also just completely wait until the end if you wanted to. But that's like, you know, that's an option.
Airways, one here, one in here, limited, Virgin Australia.
You've got a special normal one.
It's basically impossible to vlog when you're on the aeroplane because of the audio, but we're going to try our best. My plan is to feed Tilly while we're doing the ascent so that she can have, I'll help to equalise her ears.
What's this?
Doors for departure and contact center.
Do you want to pass Tilly to me so I can strap her in?
Yeah, ready?
Subhanallah. Welcome
aboard this Qatar Airways flight. Please pay attention as we take you on a journey to our many destinations and demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft.
Is that a button? That's so random. As you can see here, I've actually brought my big feeding pillow with me, mainly because it's easier to feed her, but also just in case Tilly wasn't going to go down in the bassinet, I knew it'd be easier for her to sleep on me on the pillow. It's just kind of more comfortable for her and for me, and it just makes everything easier. So I'd actually just allowed kind of that space in our hand luggage so I could just pull out that big pillow. So it might seem a little bit excessive, but for the comfort, it was really good for us. It was perfect. It worked really well. As you can see here, our 3-year-old is sucking a dummy, which we basically deliberately introduced her to for the flight. She hadn't taken a dummy her whole life. We never could get her to take one, which is a little bit frustrating at times. But so we basically just said to her that if you suck your dummy, it will help your ears. And she got used to the idea. We just thought it'd be more helpful. So we had, and it worked perfectly. She didn't have any problems with her ears on the ascent or the descent because she was quite happy to suck the dummy, which was working pretty well. And it also meant that we didn't have to keep feeding her sweets or lollipops or something like that, which was just a bit more useful as well, not giving her a load of sugar. After the seatbelt signs have turned off, the crew will bring the bassinet out and set that up for you. Honestly, as you're going to see throughout the next few clips, we didn't have a whole lot of luck with getting Tilly down in the bassinet. She literally was in there for the first, I'd say, 40 minutes. She had a really good little sleep, but then she woke up and we just could not get her back in there. So the bassinet basically served as a little holding place for all our bits and bobs, which was fine. It was okay. One little tip here with regards to the bassinets is that when the seatbelt sign goes on, you have to take the infant out. So actually, in a way, it's kind of easier if they just kind of sleep on your lap or they sleep on you, because otherwise you have to keep taking them out and it'll wake them up. So it's a little bit frustrating, if I'm honest, and we haven't had a whole lot of luck with getting one of our children to have a big sleep in the bassinet on any of the flights, really, because of the fact that the seatbelt sign will come on and then the crew are very, very strict on picking the infant up and putting them on you, so you kind of disturb them anyway. Now, we had bought this little contraption that goes over the bassinet to black it out and kind of stop any sort of distractions. It's called a Cozy Go, and just like a little pop-out kind of tent. It's very lightweight and pretty easy to use. However, if I'm totally honest, I don't really think I'll be using it again. I don't think it was worth it. I think it's quite helpful, I guess, if you've got a very small baby that needs to have a nap and your bulkhead seats are maybe at a kind of junction on the plane where the cabin crew are coming back and forth and there's toilets there and there are people walking around. So that might be a really good use for it. But since we were actually on this plane, we were actually at the bulkhead that joined between economy and business class, so no one could walk through this spot. So we basically didn't have any traffic going past us, so there wasn't any kind of distractions. And because it was dark and it was a night flight anyway, it basically was a little bit useless, if I'm honest. So I think that, I personally don't think I'll be using it again, but Tilly is one. It wasn't that helpful to us, but I think if your baby is considerably younger, a couple of months old, then it might be worth getting. Perfect, thank you. Give her the dummy. I'm okay, thank you. Yeah, she'll be alright as well. Another little tip here is that if it's a night flight, it will be about an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours into the flight that they'll serve you some food. Obviously this was very late, especially for having small children, so we had actually already eaten dinner at like dinner time to make sure that they were fed. Because we were at Adelaide Airport, we'd actually just popped into IKEA and grabbed some Swedish meatballs, which was pretty yummy, around the kind of 5:30, 6 o'clock mark. But so it was a little bonus having a bit of food, but obviously they're very, very tired, and I think this was about 11 o'clock at night that they were doing this meal service on the flight. So obviously it's very late for kids, so I would definitely recommend trying to keep their meal times in check and not just waiting to eat on the plane, because it'll always be about at least an hour, hour and a half into the flight that they start the meal service. As you can see here, Lexi was just tired and a bit over it. Okay, so we were flying with Qatar Airways, which apparently are one of the airlines that don't allow you to have the inflatable toddler beds. I had booked the flights before I'd even thought about doing this, and I definitely would rethink which airline I fly with and maybe pick one that allows you to have the toddler beds, especially with these bulkhead seats. Because the tray tables are in the armrests, it means that are solid and you can't move them, so the toddler can't lie across the seats very easily. There wasn't really very much room for Lexi to sleep, which is a disadvantage of having these bulkhead seats, because if you're in just a normal row you can pull up both of the armrests and it makes it easier. Now, you guys know that I like to keep it real on this channel, and flying with a toddler and a baby is definitely not easy. So my biggest advice here is to just set your expectations. You are not going to be just sitting, drinking your beer, watching your movies. You're going to be wrangling kids. It's hard work, and especially this flight, because it was overnight. And it was basically, I'm not gonna lie, it was 14 hours of just, wrangling the kids and trying to keep them happy. And it was definitely hard work. Anyway, we eventually made it to Doha, and that airport, I've never been there before. It's definitely catching up with Singapore Changi Airport for the serenity. It was tranquil, although we didn't get to spend a lot of time there. We had a very short layover. It was only 3 hours, which basically meant that by the time we kind of got off the plane and found our gate and had gone to the loo and stuff, we were literally just trying to find the next gate and going through security. But I got very good vibes from it. I thought it was a really lovely airport.
Sorry, you feel me? I don't sound like an idiot. Talking to Lexi.
I don't sound like an idiot at all. If we come to the right place, I don't even know where we've got to go. Where have we got to go? I don't even know. I've got to look. Sweetheart, because we need to go past. We made it! First flight done!
Yeah, made it here, haven't made it on the next flight yet.
Oh, I know. Just trying to find our gate at Doha. I've never been to Doha, but Tom's been to Doha before.
It's changed a lot. It's changed a lot.
Well, the guy when he checked us in was like, you know how Changi is supposed to be like the best airport? Well, Doha's like creeping up there apparently. Can you stop messing about, please, little Miss Lexi? I mean, I don't know what's going to beat Singapore Airport. It's like amazing. Cinema, butterfly garden, rooftop pools, all the shebang. Oh god. Anyway, when we get to the gate I'll do a little debrief of that first flight, because I couldn't really vlog very much on it because, well, there's just obviously too much ambient sound and it's hectic, and it was also dark and yeah.
Give me a clock on information.
just before we do the debrief, we've just got into the well, like just the gate where we're going to wait to board, and I'm just doing a quick reshuffle of everything in the bags, doing a quick reload, like a reload in the nappy bag. I have got spares of everything that are in all the baggage, obviously, and all the baggage. Oh my god, I can't really talk straight. I'm a bit just had no sleep or whatever, so I'm just like, yeah, reloading the snacks and making sure everything is all kind of in place, ready for the second flight. Seriously. Anyway, we just got to the gate for the second flight. Excuse my scrambled brain. I just wanted to do a very quick debrief because I have, well, if I don't do it now, I'm not going to remember. So that flight, 14 hours. The first like 2 or 3 hours was okay. In fact, it was perfect till he even went down in the bassinet. We got the cozy go over the top. It was all looking really good. And we also inflated the little footstool for Lexi so she could kind of lie, and she lay down, and it was all going well. Then they told us we weren't allowed that. So it's kind of frustrating because everyone just had like bags everywhere and it wasn't clear at all. So it was kind of a stupid argument in my opinion when she literally was like, we can't have something there. But you know, whatever, fair play. It's just the rules are rules, hey. That might be something I look into next time. I might, if we were going to fly with toddlers again, I might look into flying with an airline that allows you to have one of those inflatable beds in certain seats, because it makes a massive difference. Anyway, yeah, then the flight just turned into an absolute nightmare, honestly. It was like wrangling an octopus. Tilly was so difficult. Lexi was just waking up and flailing around, and then they're waking each other up, and it was just really hard work. Literally didn't get more than about 10-15 minutes sleep in a row at any point. It was, yeah, really tricky. Right, better go and wrangle these kids from running. Let's see. A backpack? Yeah. Oh, and Tilly's got her favourite toy again. Oh, what have you got? Activity pad. What's in there? What's in there, little miss? Oh. Little face. What else is in here?
Can I open that one?
Oh, that's cute.
I reckon there's lots of bits on that one.
Some crayons. Little pop. How cute is that? Little activity pack. Then we were on to the next flight, which was only a 7-hour flight from Doha to Heathrow, and it was a daytime flight. So basically this flight was considerably easier to deal with the kids than the first one, because the lights were on in the plane, so we could easily just play games and read books, and the whole thing just was considerably easier because it wasn't nighttime. Our body clocks were on daytime and they weren't just struggling to get comfortable to try and sleep, and the whole thing, yeah, it was a much easier flight, and it seemed to just literally fly by. The 7 hours just went pretty fast. We had a couple of meals served. It was quite yummy, quite really good food actually. I was really impressed with Qatar food, and yeah.
When the morning light brings us to our feet, we'll keep chasing what we were meant to be. We can feel it, we're ready for anything. This is what we've been waiting for. At the dawn of forevermore, we can stand on this ground so sure. This is what we knew we would find, leaving all of our doubts behind. We can stand on this ground so sure. This is what we've been waiting
Little Miss Lexi, is that Uncle Henry over there? Can you see him? Who's that? Is that Uncle? Is that Uncle Henry?
Okay, so it's a few days later. We are home. We've just been battling jet lag for the last few days. I hope that this video has been useful for you guys and has shown you kind of a realistic view of what it's like traveling long haul with a toddler and baby. If you had one piece of advice to give people, what would it be?
Just to have all your stuff organised in one bag.
Oh, Tilly. Oh. Oh dear, yes, what was it to give?
Yeah, just have all your stuff organised in one bag on the flight, so when you need that thing, I'm sure Charlie will have a list of things you really need.
Yeah.
You just keep grabbing the same bag, or you get that one bag down, you take all the stuff out and you set yourself up at the start.
Yeah. Yeah, I
rummaging
think
through all different bags, trying to find all different stuff.
And I think, like, on that point as well, is to make sure you know exactly where everything is in your luggage, because we had, as you will have seen from this video, we had 3 like little kind of hand luggage suitcases and a baby bag. So it's important to kind of know where everything is, because otherwise you're just bringing things out constantly, rummaging. My piece of advice to you guys would be, you just need to lower your expectations a little bit, that's all. Just set your expectations that you're not going to be sitting having a glass of wine and you know, watching movies and everything. You are going to be just like wrangling the kids, because they'll be totally overstimulated and it's all new environment and everything, and they probably won't sleep even though you're trying to get them to, unless they're really young. You might be lucky if they're like really young babies, but yeah, just set your expectations up right from the start, and then you kind of you know what's what. And but yeah, it's tricky, but it's doable. And anyway, so thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it if you could hit the like button, and also come and chat to me. Let me know if you are traveling, where are you going to, what age are your kids, and if you have any advice for anybody else. It'd be great if you could just drop anything that you think was a big thing for you and I've missed it out. Yeah, drop it in the comments to help other people. So yeah, anyway, thanks, and we will see you in the next one.